We'll save that. And I'll manage the comments for you. Make sure we're on the group. Here we are. Pin. Watch myself so I can see who's here. All right, let's see who we're getting early doors. For some reason, it's got subtitles on.
It's got subtitles on.
Yeah. I don't know why it does it.
I can't see the Geordie translation on that.
Let's see what that says. I can't see the Geordie translation on that.
It was close.
Wasn't too bad, was it? All right, Damien Griffiths. Good evening, mate. JK, how are you, bud? Mr. Wayne Sell, Richard Jones, Martin Harris. Shannon, you're in the car still, I presume, bud?
Hopefully he's not still at the wedding.
Yeah, he said he wasn't getting drunk. That must be a first for a wedding. Anyway, what you got? Beers up tonight? What's your tipple tonight?
Brewdog, Neon Dream.
Ooh.
It's like a tropical IPA. It's my favourite one at the minute.
Is it nice?
It is, yeah. What about you?
Just a simple cider tonight. Just a small one. Yeah. Evening, Harris. Luke Reynolds, good evening, mate. Happy Sunday to you. And Richard Wayne. Shannon's still coming out of Hackney. Wasn't that where the wedding was?
Yeah.
The traffic's that bad from getting back from Wembley after watching AJ crumble from the first second last night. Jesus Christ. I know you were watching it. What did you think of that?
Just really unexpected. I said within 6 AJ would put him down.
Yeah.
But literally from the first minute, AJ just could not handle it.
There, was he?
Not at all. He's finished for me now, though. He has to. I mean, granted, he was beating off the younger fighter, but he should have had more experience to manage that fight a bit better. But he couldn't handle it.
I don't know what went wrong. Yeah. I mean, you've seen AJ wobble in the past, but not from the get-go.
Yeah.
I've never seen him behave like that or get done for 4 or 5 rounds.
His head, he knew he'd lost the fight after about 3 rounds. His head had gone. He started talking to people in the crowd. He started doing all of this across his chest. It was just nonsense.
Yeah, don't know what's going on, but that I don't know if it's him over. It's not going to be him over, but just didn't understand. Yeah, I'm not sure he underestimated him, Lee. I think there was something literally from the first bell that was wrong with AJ. It wasn't that he underestimated him, I don't think. I know he got caught a few times in that first round, maybe unsuspectingly, but he just
I've always liked AJ. I'm saying I've always liked him, but I said this last night in the chat. Ever since he got beat off Ruiz, he's a different character in and out of the ring. On the mic, he's a different person, and I think the whole AJ humble guy kind of mask has slipped, and I just think
the thing is, you just look at his last fight. Was it Ngannou, his last fight?
Yeah.
That UFC guy. He absolutely pulverized him and looked like an absolute world beater from the minute go.
Yeah.
And then to that last night, they're literally polar opposites of each other.
I think Dubois just showed the hunger more. He was closing the space so well. I mean, if Shannon was here, he'd tell you more, but he was closing the space so well, just getting right into his grill. And AJ expected to be able to stand off his jab, and he couldn't, because he couldn't get him out of his face.
Right. Anyway, the bigger news that I wanted to start off with. Good evening, anyway, mate. Thanks for joining me tonight. Seeing Shan's in the car on the way back from a Muslim wedding. The biggest question of the night to yourself is actually Newcastle United yesterday. What the hell happened there?
Are you seriously getting on as the show to talk about that? Really?
I've got to get the elephant in the room out of the way, mate.
We've been awful this season. It's not that's been coming since the start of the season. That defeat, we've been absolutely terrible. We're not switched on all over the pitch, and everyone talks about the rumblings behind the scenes, and to me that shouldn't affect the players in any how. It really shouldn't. You've got the same core players pretty much from last season. No European football, and we should just try and kick on it. We've done the last 2 years, and we've been absolutely terrible. And I think royally Anthony Gordon spat his dummy out by not getting his transfer because he's looked absolutely shocking. Yeah. In a Newcastle shirt, he's just looked disinterested. But he did the same at Everton when he didn't get his big move at Everton.
And sitting on the bench so much over the Euros probably made him sweat on that a little bit more than he could have.
Yeah. So
Well, onwards and upwards. Only 5 games in, don't matter yet. Anyway, Thursday night we had a fantastic Queen of the Steels as usual. Let's have a look at who we had on. So Thursday night, Mr. Everett from the shop, doing a grand old job for Retro in Bradford, if you're ever that way. James Retro Holder from his conservatory in Reading. That was a good one, especially with James. He's always got lots of good gamey stuff going on. Last night, Paul Gunther and his back garden bad Wi-Fi of delights. And just a few hours ago, Kieran McCrudden had a pop-up. Hope everyone all had a good time and it went well sales-wise. Perhaps a lot of them were trying to get some pennies in for the big weekend this weekend. So talk to us about the NEC, mate. Are you flying in? You driving in? You staying over? You what?
Yeah, I'm driving in on the morning, so it'll be an early set off from Newcastle. Me and my friend Gwyneth are coming along. After last year, I couldn't not miss it. We had such a good time last year with the Toys team, didn't we? So I'm really looking forward to it. It was my first time last year, so I didn't know what to expect, and I was a bit deer in the headlights. So much to see, so many amazing stalls, and I'm absolutely buzzing to be going back and just to meet up with you guys, meet up more people from the team, and just to see what's on offer. What about yourself?
It's going to be a cracking one. Last year was my first NEC as well, mate. So, I've done Sandown, which is a pretty big one, a couple of times, and you get to see in terms of the traders and whatever, that are going to be either at the NEC stalling as well. So you get to know them a bit, and obviously the characters around the whole communities. The monkeys of this world and the Joe Hands and whatever. So. Yeah, just to sort of be in the same space as little celebrities like that.
People that make the communities tick.
Yeah. So it's as you know, it's an awesome place to be, and to have a hunt for a good few hours, you can get lost in there, lost in time. We'll be. You gone?
I'm saying the time just ran away last time. It was I paid for the early entry last year.
I think we all chipped in. At the end. I think it was only about half an hour left of early bird, to be perfectly honest, by the time we got in there. But
and then it was 3:30 before I knew it. Everyone was packing up and on my way out. It was crazy.
How long's the drive? Let's see. Someone tell us in the chat what your journey's like from wherever you're living to the NEC this Sunday. Everyone put in the comments how long it's going to take you to get to A to B. So Paul. Newcastle to Birmingham takes what?
It's just over 3 hours.
That's less than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's not too bad. 6-7 hour round trip, but it's not too bad a drive though. On a Sunday morning, the roads are clear. Yeah. It's not a bother.
3 hours, right? Okay, so you're driving up in the morning, chipping home that night, ready for work Monday, yeah?
Ready for work Monday, but I am still coming out for a single pint and then I'll be on the corks. So
a quick one, yeah. TJ in the house. Hello, TJ and Lee Rees. He's saying Man U need to sack Ten Hag. An hour and 30 for Wayne. That's easy. That's nothing, is it? TJ will be there in 30 minutes up the M6. 3 hours, JK, from Manchester. However, I would like to caveat the 3 hours on the JK side of things that he is actually making that journey on Friday. So in essence, his journey to the NEC on Sunday is probably the easiest and the quickest of anyone going. Yeah. So JK, I'm having 5 minutes for you, okay? Not 3 hours. Lee Rees reckons 5 hours. I think that's pretty much got to be the longest one. 25 minutes for Richard Wayne. I think I'm leaving at 5:15 in the morning. Get to Alan's about 6, pick Alan up, and then it's about 3 hours, 3.5 hours from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a longer journey than you have, man. Jesus, mine's 4.
Yeah, mine's about 3:50, something like that.
I'm glad I'm staying over on the Sunday now. I'm not,
I really wish.
It took me out. It took me out for a few days making that journey back last year, as well as in the morning and at my age, Jesus. So what you on the hunt for? Is you even say to yourself you're not a massive collector of toys and that, right? But
yeah, I mean, the room's pretty full, and I have to have a way to display things. So, and I'm not a big loose collector, as these guys know. So, I don't know. I'm thinking about changing bits of the pegboard out, maybe getting rid of a couple of bits and putting some variation on there. So, the new Beetlejuice movie got us hooked again. I went back and watched the original the other day, and I might try and see if there's any Kenner carded hook figure, Beetlejuice figures. Just
they're not exactly expensive either. 10-15 odd quid a mock, I would say, for those, right?
They've went up.
The movie's done them in a little bit, have they?
It's that, and then I was like looking for not so much the toys, but the other things that are on display. There's always things like catalogs or boxes of Topps cards and things like that. So yeah, that always piques my interest as well.
Yeah. Well, did you what did you go for last year, and did you actually come away with that you went for? Do you remember?
I wanted something from Real Ghostbusters because I wanted a carded piece from the Real Ghostbusters, and I got Granny Ghost. So I picked up Granny Ghost. She was 35 quid. Which I was really happy with. It's a nice card.
I remember it now. She's lovely, really lovely carded, and 35 quid is still a bargain as far as I'm concerned for something like that.
And then I picked up just some random bits of Turtles movie box set with a cassette in and the masks and things in. I got a Turtle carded piece from Turtles 3 as well to finish off the Turtles in Time figure. But yeah, I wasn't really going for anything in particular. I knew that if I seen something from Real Ghostbusters that piqued my interest and I could afford it at the time, then I'd grab it. I really wish I'd bit the bullet on a Hasbro carded Hulk Hogan. I seen it. I don't know if you remember, there was a guy who had a stall that was just selling loads of his personal collection of Hasbros, and they were all on card.
Yeah.
He had so many, and he had Hogan there. And I think he had them for like $2.15 on card, and it was a beautiful card. It was in a case and everything. And I did laps of it. And then when I came back, my friend Ryan, who I actually made the trip with, was would you do 190 on him? And he was like, yeah. So he got him for 190. And it's just that thing. And that's the only thing I'll say to anyone. If there's something, that you really think I want it, just grab it, because it's gone the next time you walk around.
I know we've had this conversation before, because my first time at Sandown, within 20 minutes of walking in, so this was not this April, last April, I saw Cadillacs and Dinosaurs 2 mocks. Dinosaurs. And I ummed and ahed over them. They were only like 20 quid each, and I ummed and ahed over them, walked away, got 5 minutes down the hall and went, no, I'm going to get them actually, and they were gone. So sometimes just don't listen to the devil on your shoulder, not the angel.
It's so hard though. If you've got a set budget in mind, isn't it? And you want to see everything. And you're like, oh, should I get it? Or should I have a wander around, see if there's anything else that's... And then, yeah. So, yeah, sometimes just go for it.
Yeah. TJ, of course, is looking for Ranger stuff and accessories, but also for anything boxed that he has loose, because he like Beetleborgs. So that's like VR Troopers stuff, you know, Japanesey ones. He'll have his iPad with him, and he's doing his first stall in November, so he's looking around at the prices to help him with his own. It's not a bad way to go about it either, looking at going to Toy Fair just to see what the prices are like, so you've got an idea. Right, yeah, let's talk about very quickly then. The only thing I've had in the post this week from the lovely Mark Everett, who I know is watching, is the giveaways for the NEC. Same as last year, little tote bag to hold your stuff in that you've hunted on the day. We've gone black design this time. I don't know why he's not put Forever Retro on there. I think he probably should have. I'm sure we even told him he should have put Forever Retro on there. But there you go. It's a nice toast bag. So there's, you know, they're limited. You know, there's a fair number to hand out for free. So don't rest on your laurels. Come and find one of us, me, Shannon, or whoever. We'll all have some. And of course, Dan Kroger has given up a free mystery box to anyone that finds me, Shannon, or Maxi, gets a selfie with us and a password and puts the picture on the group with the password. And you'll be in the mix for winning a Dan Kroger special. No, I don't mean a shit in a bag through the post or anything, but a mystery box. Right, what else have we got? Oh, yeah. Before we get our special guest on, we had some fantastic questions on the group last week that me and Shannon just chatted over last week because we didn't have a guest on and whatever, right? And I thought they were bloody brilliant questions, right? So I want to ask them to you. Yes, JK. Okay. I am even going to ask him his opinion of your one. So it's always good to get other people's opinions, right? So Martin Harris asked the question last week saying that he was mainly a mock collector and he admires the art over the figure sometimes. So what lines do you think have got the best artwork? It's probably a big giveaway behind you in your answer, but we'll see. And have you ever bought anything just for the packaging rather than the figure that might be in it?
Yes to both. Obviously I love Real Ghostbusters artwork, but for me, yeah, and I can't say no. Yeah, it's the Real Ghostbusters. I love the artwork on Real Ghostbusters. Most of the American variations because they got some nicer cards than we did. But yeah, Real Ghostbusters. Turtles is a close second. The artwork on Turtles cards and boxes I think is absolutely brilliant. And have I bought anything just for the card? Yeah, probably my Alien versus Predator figure, to be honest. I mean, I like the figures, but I just love the Alien versus Predator artwork. I used to read the comics when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it takes us back to that. So, yeah. But I'm with Martin. I often joke, especially with boxed pieces, that I should just buy empty boxes because the vehicles and everything and the ghosts are inside them on the bottom, but I've only got the box on display.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely bought some just for artwork. I mean, the Super 7 reaction figures, the little 375-inch ones that I love, the figures aren't great, really. But when you look at like the artwork on the, like I've said this, the Beastie Boys and stuff, and Grandmaster Flash, it's just awesome. That's really great artwork for me. Yeah, so Mark, I did get the Thundercats as well with the bags. Yes, mate. Yeah, sorry, I forgot those. I put them on my shelf and totally forgot about them. How dare we do a free giveaway, apparently?
That not what community's about? No?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with it. Lee Rees says VHS boxes are up there for him with as best art. And you know very well your VHS box art.
One of the best.
Is that your number one VHS? Because that is a beauty.
Yeah, well, I've got the big poster for Big Trouble up on the wall just above us. My two favourite box art covers are Big Trouble in Little China and Westworld from the 70s with Yul Brynner.
Yeah.
I just think them two box arts are fantastic because back in the day, the posters were like matte paintings before they were, it wasn't made, it was all matte painted. So,
like all the Star Wars scenery, they're usually massive matte painted, but
that's my two. I love the Big Trouble in Little China box art.
That's a good box set. Evening, Mr. Reddy. Hope you are well, mate. Good Ghost Rider, Damien, as I think I mentioned that last week. Alan McCarthy's Ghost Rider mocks, they are beautiful. And he loves Dino Riders as well. Right, so there's one question. Alan then also asked, how has your collecting changed between vintage and modern? And because he started out as just vintage and now he's like buying more modern, especially the reissues of stuff. Well, you've gone down both routes, haven't you? Certainly with the GB stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, well, both routes, yeah. So I didn't have any toys up until not long before I joined the group, actually. So 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. And it was, I started buying figures related to movie, so NECA figures, so Back to the Future, The Thing, They Live, things like that. And then I started to delve into a bit of vintage as well. But at the same time, it was the reissues, which are, I suppose, are a play on the both, the modern and obviously now, but they're based on the vintage figure. So yeah, I dived into both. But I think it's so hard to. I would definitely say I'm more into the vintage stuff, but I think it's so hard to not have your head turned at some of the modern things coming out.
The thing is, though, there are certain. Let's hit the like a reissue nail on head here, and I'll take an example. I've seen boxed vintage party wagons go for between 80 and 100.
Yeah.
Right, complete ones to give or take a few quid. Right, you can get the reissue for that now.
Yeah,
you have to pay. You have to pay the same for pretty much the same for a reissue now.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the shame in it a bit. It's a shame that you'd. Well, maybe it gives you better choice or better reason to go vintage. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, it would be. I mean, obviously, what special guest that's coming on, I would imagine he's got his own thoughts on both of them, with what he does and sells and things. But I think it's seeing the photographs from America at the minute of Walmart, and they've got box Transformers, box Turtles. Seeing it all on the shelves again looks amazing to me. Hopefully, in a couple of weeks when I'm in America, I want to try and nip into a Walmart and see if I can pick anything up.
Yeah, it's a long old debate, that one. Repro versus Fake came in from Kieran McCrudden. I think it was Kieran McCrudden or Kieran Yates, one of the two. Repro or Fake. Where do you sit with either camp?
If it's a very rare figure or something like that, with just how hard it is to get accessories, I wouldn't be opposed to reproduction, weaponry, or things like that. I've always said, for me, I'm not a completionist, hence why I don't have every single line of a certain Ghostbuster figure or anything. It's just got to have that nostalgia factor for me. So if I've got it in my collection and it's on a shelf and it didn't have its weapon and I could get a reproduction weapon to finish it off, that would do me. Yeah, that would do me.
Yeah, good on you. That was your question. So we won't do that one. Wayne, when you were younger, what posters did you have on your wall and what magazines were they from, if you remember?
Yeah, I had football posters. So from Match Magazine.
Peter Beardsley on your wall, was it? Or was it Tino Asprilla?
Yep, Beardsley was on my wall. John Barnes was on my wall. He was my favourite player as a kid, John Barnes. So, I had match posters on my wall from Match Magazine.
Yeah.
Games Master posters on my wall from Games Master magazines. Yeah, and then it would have been like posters from the toys. So if you like, when you used to get your mask figures and the
mask ones, with the vehicles one side, the poster the other,
the same with the Ghostbusters. Used to get this room is protected by the real Ghostbusters poster came with the proton pack and things. So yeah, that used to be on the wall. So yeah, anything like that. And then
so it's all footballers with in the 80s and 90s with those really short shorts and the hairy legs, and rather than the Lindas Lusardis of this world, yeah.
Well, yeah, and then it moved. I was just about to say, probably in my teenage years, if you remember FHM magazine, For Him magazine, yeah, it probably came into like just a double 2-page spread of someone on the wall, someone.
So we're talking Danielle Lloyd now, yeah. She was an FHM girl, weren't she? All right, right. Who's been chatting around? Back to the Future was one of his fave VHS covers. That's Chris Reddy.
Yeah, fantastic.
That is a good one. Lee says he 100% agrees the reissue market's getting a bit out of hand, and you just can't be the original. So that'd be a big piece of advice I'd say. Rushy's piece of advice is generally just wait, and it will come along at the right price at the right time, right? And don't be so gung ho all the time. And the second one would be that go for vintage over reissue first,
Yeah.
TJ says he had to stop buying FHM because he was making him go blind. And on that note, let's get this special guest in. He sat in the background. For those who do know who this particular man is, I'll let him introduce himself and ask him a few questions anyway. But this is toy collecting royalty here. So let's welcome to the stage Mr. Toy Scavenger himself, Paul Boulton.
How you doing? Can you hear me?
Paul. You all right?
We got you loud and proud, mate.
Good. I wasn't sure. I got my little earbuds in, so I'm not sure if you can actually hear me or not. I'm not toy royalty. I'm not toy royalty. Not at all. I'm not.
You are.
I've just been doing it
on Instagram, lad.
Well, do you know what? It's a sore subject. Instagram is a sore subject at the moment because I pride myself on knowing the trends and what's going on. And I dropped 2,000, which is a big drop, really, over the last few months. But I've managed to get it back up to 56,000.
Yeah, 56,000.
But you got to realise that people look at that and they go, "Oh, this is and someone overnight done this like that." I've been on there 12 years, really, and I was steady on like 3, 4, and that's it for years. And then I did a few videos and a few things, and then lockdown happened, and it just went. And my Facebook was bigger than my Instagram. That was how it all started, and then that kind of went stale, and Instagram took off. Now Facebook's taken off. I'm always messaging people like Ken from Back to the Toys. I'm saying I've done this video and I've done this video on this site and this site. This one's got this many views. This one's got this many. I don't know why one pushes, one doesn't. I'm obsessed with it, and I just had to stop.
Let me ask a very personal question on the back of that.
Go ahead.
Why does it matter?
It doesn't. Oh, but well, the only thing is, it matters to me because it's now my business, and like having that many followers on Instagram really does help my business and sell toys. Because originally it was just me collecting, just having a bit of fun, and then it was kind of like, well, do you sell this? Yeah, I sell this one. I used to do Instagram sales all the time. You can't do them now. They don't. The algorithm doesn't allow you. It really kills you.
Yeah.
It was just, that's the only reason it matters, really. Otherwise, it doesn't, in the grand scheme of things. Because like when I met the toy division for the first time, I said to them, I could have 30,000 followers and only 200 people actually like the toys. The rest of them don't, and just like looking at the colours, they're not going to buy anything. So it's the people that matter, which is like people like in the groups like this, because you're all collectors. That's what it is. I'm a collector. Even though it has taken a bit of a back burner, but it's still you guys and groups and things. You're the ones that matter. So obviously all followers matter.
25 years ago, when you were a little boy.
Oh, Jesus. I was 15.
All right, 35 years ago.
Keep going. Yeah.
When you were
35.
5 to 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
What was sitting under your Christmas tree and what were you unwrapping for your birthday? What were you into?
Hold on 1 second. Because I said this last time when I tried to come on, it didn't work.
Yeah.
I said I had this, exactly this was my first toy that I can remember properly, like a memory of opening it up from a Christmas, from like wrapping Christmas. This box, this vehicle, everything. It's not broken because I'm very proud of that. And Rocksteady, those two, they were the first ones I can genuinely remember. I spoke to my mum after that, and I'm like, I must have had things before that because that was 1990. Because they came out in 89, didn't they? But my friend had them because he went to America. I was jealous. I wanted them. They didn't come out over here for a little while, and then Christmas, I think either 89 or 90. It was chaotic to try and get them, and I managed to get that and Rocksteady, and that was it. Didn't have any of the others.
So, would you class yourself first and foremost as a turtle head then?
Yeah, but then I went off of it for years. I went off of it, and it's only till I actually started properly selling toys again. Because I mean, back 10 years ago, you could pick the figures up carded for about £10, £15, and I was doing that, and I was picking them up. And I got them from Jordan, over in Africa, Israel, all over the place, America, of course, and it's just buying and selling them to then feed my collection. And I wasn't really caring about them that much, but I did keep a few. And then I discovered grading, so I started grading a few, and I kept a few. So yeah, it must have been turtles, and then it moved on to mask, and that I remember that as a kid, and that was my big thing. I remember that. When I decided to start collecting it again, that was the driving force. When I first started again, it was mask. Mask was the first thing.
Yeah, they are one of the best toys that have ever come out.
Oh, they are.
The ingenious way the cars transform.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I'm sitting in this room. I have
none.
Two mask items up on the wall because it's all in storage because I'm so scared of it being damaged by my kids. So I don't get it out, and they love it. They play with all the other bits, but my collection stuff, I can't get it out. I have it all stored away. It's sad, really.
Turtles and mask. Yeah, no, but there is a lot. I've got a lot of. I'm not worried about the kids anymore.
No.
A lot of mine is up in the loft, like a lot of other people's. Really, most of it's Lego now because I've just gone a totally different tangent. But just going to see if there's been any questions for you, mate. It's obviously Shannon says it's a pleasure to have you on board, and obviously welcome to the Toys team, mate. Yeah,
I was going to say about that. That's a pleasure. I'll put up a little post. I'm going to have a voucher on. I've done it before, like a 10% voucher for Toy Team, like for a month or so. I'm just going to have it permanent, be easier. So I'll just put that up on the group, and then you guys can all get 10% off. I rarely do discounts. Or I've always said I rarely do discounting. If someone messages me, I always go, I'll do you a deal. Yeah. But as like a general public thing, it rarely have discounts. So that's like a standard for everyone. So don't share it out of the group. Basically, it's all your guys. So we'll have that.
10% for life off the Toy Scavenger. Get on his website.
I say for life.
Chris Reddy's giving you a follow, so I can't believe he didn't follow you already.
You'd be surprised. A lot of people don't. No, they do. But
it's right on there. But yeah, as you say, 45,000 of those might not care about the actual.
No, some of them probably like just Spanish or something, and just like the colours or someone. Yeah. You do. I've said it before. You do great content. I seen your Lego Batman one the other day. That was good. Oh yeah. That one. So full disclosure as well. That was sent to me by Smiths. They said, "Oh, here you go. This is for you. It's not paid, so it's not an ad." And they said, "This is for you. It's Batman Day. Do what you want with it." I'm like, "Okay, cool. That's what you want because it's free stuff basically. But you're not allowed to. If you paid for it, you have to kind of say you paid for it, and if you all promotion stuff, but they word it very carefully now. They say, "Do what you want," basically. If you want to stick it up on this site, do it. So I just, I did it. I was really happy with it. And I've opened like a couple of bags of it, and I realized it's going to take me days to do because I'm very slow at Lego. And with the kids running around at the moment.
And admittedly, it is an 18+ set, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it's got 18+ on it. Like, what's so 18 about it? I kept saying to my little boy, "No, you can't touch it. It's 18+. Look.
Yeah, you can have it when you can have a beer."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Going back to the TikTok Insta stuff, Maxie, I think she said she either got 10,000 or 50,000 likes on one of hers the other day, and she feels like a princess from it.
Oh, it's crazy. It is crazy. I did a video about a year ago with the holograms with supernaturals, and that hit eventually 2.5 million, right? And just the real views. And my phone, you know how notifications are at the top of your phone and they just keep coming up and just keep going up.
Ping,
trying to search
ping,
things.
Ping.
Yeah, trying to search things on the internet, trying to do whatever, just normal stuff. And all it is notification, and it just keeps throwing me into notifications. And it got so annoying. You just have to turn off the notes, and you can't reply to everybody. But I decided to put that video back up again like a few days ago, and it's gone off again. So I've just kind of just left it again for now. But I remember just getting a few thousand. You're like, wow, this is actually crazy how it's like that on TikTok for me. That you get a few, and you're like, oh my god, this is mental. Like this many people have seen it. It's incredible, really.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm quite proud. I've seen a few of. I haven't actually got TikTok myself because I can't be asked to be on.
I like the toy team one. Yeah, I do see that one.
Maxie runs the toy team one, so we're quite proud of the stuff she's been putting out for us. Admittedly,
yeah, it's good.
Just going to Paul a second. Martin Harris says because of Paul, he has his favourite toy from his child in his collection, which was a carded Hogan, which I remember him claiming off.
Oh yeah.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. That was the only carded one I got in that range. I said like 10 years ago, I was buying those for like 5-10 quid. It just makes you sick, really, because it's not even a long time ago. It's only a few years back.
The other Paul was talking about a carded Hogan he was looking at the NEC last year. 200 odd notes.
Yeah.
So has there been a major drop on Hasbro's? You know Hasbro.
There is a drop. There's a drop on. So the way I've noticed it is, so people go by sold listings on eBay. That's kind of how most people value things. So someone will just get let's say a 1, 2, 3 kid. They'll go to their highest listing and go, oh, that sold for £800. Mine's worth £800, where it's not, because it could be damaged, could be whatever. And that card might have sold for 800 because the person's thinking, do you know what, I'm going to get that graded. And they've got it, they've paid up, they've got it graded, and they're selling it for something silly. So what's happened in the Hasbro world anyway is a lot of people have got into grading, and they've been buying these figures, and it was pushing the price up. Obviously, COVID pushed the price up anyway.
Yeah.
And they were getting it graded. Now there's so many graded out there. The graded has started like dropping in price. There are some that you just can't give away, but you put them up for £500. You're not getting £500 anymore. You're only going to get like 300, and that's like the grades 75, 70s of course, like 75s and 80. Anything 85, 90 is holding its price. 90s are holding their prices and going up because some people were like, I want a whole collection of 90s.
Yeah. But
the 80s are dropping. It's interesting because I like all of that kind of stuff.
So you're pro grading, obviously pro grading, yeah.
Yeah, I am to a degree. There are some things I think you shouldn't grade. The only reason I like grading is if it's absolutely pristine and it's going to get the highest grade possible. It's like, I don't know if you know about Fun School Hasbro's, but like they're battered and they only get like a 50, 60 grade, and that's high for them. So it's good to kind of grade them, to look after them. I mean, you can put them in a case, which is nice. Only the prestige kind of stuff.
UKG should only grade at 90 and above. Would that make things easier for the market? If there wasn't such thing as an 80, they just sent it back going, let's not 90, have it back.
No.
They wouldn't have a business, would they?
They wouldn't. No.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand how it works as well. Like some people go, "Oh, do you know this one? It's got a subgrade of 80 and this and 85 and 85. It should be a overall 85." But they have basically. I've spoken to the guy a few times, but they have like a tick sheet of what you have to kind of go through. So it's like tick that, and it's like a score that keeps going up, tick, tick, tick. And if it gets over like a certain point, doesn't matter what the subgrades are, but if it gets over a certain point, that is what the grade is. So I don't know, you get 79 points, it's an 80. 76 points, it's a 75. That kind of thing.
It's like an audit almost, isn't it?
Yeah, but we'll never see this system that they use. A lot of people go, "Oh, it's a matter of opinion." It is, but also it's scrutinized kind of opinion. And they do get things wrong. They have done things wrong in the past, but everyone's human as well. And there's a lot of scammers out there trying to get things like kind of chucked in their repo and things like that. But yeah, it's we're all human. You're not absolutely perfect, but they are very good, and they are the best as compared to AFA. There's CAS, which is all right. They're trying to build up. They're the best ones basically. Those AFA and UKG are the two best, but they're good. I've always liked them. Although Hasbro, like I said, WWF Hasbro's, I kind of collect a few of them. I've got like a few back there.
Yeah, I can see the famous cards behind you. Yeah, which is that in the middle? Is that Brett?
Brett, Adam Bomb, and you can't see Shawn Michaels off to the side. But like I did have an Undertaker, but I swapped him because Adam Bomb, I've got a personal attachment to basically all of those ones compared to other ones. So I was like, I'll just keep these. Yeah. So I did the whole collection once and then sold it all before it was expensive.
So are those the wrestlers from the TV you remember, or because you had the toys of them?
Yeah. Brett, my dad, when I started doing the toy thing, it's because basically he passed away and I kind of went up into the loft, found a load of stuff, and then started getting into it again. And he, like, even when I was younger, he reminded me of Bret Hart. He had like long hair, black hair, and like a hardened face or whatever. He looked like Bret Hart to me. He hated wrestling, but
did he sit there in his armchair or his chair?
Yeah, little armchair, sitting there watching Baywatch.
How fake it was, all the time.
Yeah, basically, yeah. He didn't like it. I used to sit outside in that little outside area and watch WCW, and he used to on a Friday night, and he used to sit in the front room, and he had to watch like normal TV, and I was watching cable because it had to transfer properly. He hated it, but so basically, reminded me of Bret Hart. I liked Bret Hart as a kid, so Bret Hart stays in the collection. That's my personal one. I've been offered like loads of people keep offering money for that one because that's a 90, and everyone keeps offering me different things. And I'm like, that's not going.
So those are the graded ones. We can't see from the distance the cases around them.
They're cases there. Yeah, Adam Bomb was one of the first figures. That one I got £15 originally, and it's not actually that one. Sorry, but Adam Bomb I got for £15 originally, and I had that for years. I got a little bit of attachment to that, kind of just memories from it. Shawn Michaels, because he's probably one of the best wrestlers, so he had to kind of go in there. I've actually got a Big Boss Man up there as well, but that was like one of my first wrestling figures, so I kept that one.
Yeah.
But
so which is your favourite era, and who's your favourite wrestler of all time?
Bret Hart is all time. I keep telling my little boy that he's obsessed with wrestling now as well. I'm just like, he was on WWE the other day. He came out. Obviously, he's got grey hair. He's old. The voice mouth went, "That's Bret Hart," and I was like, "Yeah, he's the best there is, the best there was, the best there will be." He's like, "Right, yeah, really, okay," and yeah, he loves wrestling now, so he's big into it. But yeah, it's Bret Hart.
Does he like? Does he like Dominic Mysterio?
Do you know? No, he doesn't like him, but like I like him. I appreciate him. He's good. He's when he first turned up, you're kind of like, he's a son of somebody. He's only getting this opportunity because he's the son of Rey Mysterio, who's my other favorite wrestler. And like he's kind of proved me wrong. Like he's just an amazing heel. He's really, really good. But I could talk about wrestling all day.
That's the thing for me. If you can make me hate you, even though in the back of my mind I know it's fucking fake. Sorry, it's not fake, and it's not fucking. All right, it's scripted. I'll use a different terminology.
Yeah.
Then you are bloody good at what you do. So I hate Dominic Mysterio with with absolute passion. So he's bloody brilliant, isn't he?
But you have a respect for him in a way that it's one of those things. It's strange. It's like my little boy goes to me, "Why do you like all the bad guys?" I don't know. I just think they're good. They're enjoying what they're doing because they enjoy being bad. They're having fun with it, really.
Yeah.
Over a good guy is just like, "Hi, yeah, hug the fans, blah blah blah." The bad guys get to, I don't know, spit and slap them, and I don't know, just be bad. It'd be fun.
Ted
Clark, who was your favourite?
Oh, my favourite. I always used to like Tatanka. I just loved the gimmick of him. But I was just saying, I was kind of like drawn to the bad guys as well, and I loved the $1 Million Man. I think Ted DiBiase, one of the best heels of all time.
Oh, he's brilliant.
Especially when they did the storyline with Virgil, it was just fantastic.
Remember it.
I don't know the connotations behind this one, but Lee Rees says, "Thank God Hogan's son didn't follow in his footsteps."
Yeah, he's a bit of a twat.
He didn't have a very successful driving career, did he?
Yeah. I mean, the whole
racing, car driving, and everything, hasn't he? DJing.
Yeah. Tried a lot of different things. Yeah. I mean, Ric Flair's son tried. There's a few of them, isn't there? Like, their kids are the wrestlers. Well done to them.
Fair play.
DiBiase, he was in the wrestling, wasn't he, for a bit? And then
he's arrested, and
he's now up for fraud charges, isn't he? Like money embezzlement and all sorts.
Yeah,
he's in a lot of trouble.
But he didn't know what the hell to do with it. Dave Clark put Mr. Clark. Dave Ecky says he's just tagged you.
Okay.
In another group where someone's selling some full Beetlejuice figures.
Oh, has he? All right, okay. I might have to dive.
As we all know, there's a lot of bloody good enablers out there on the groups, right? And we've got a few.
Oh yeah, there definitely is. I mean, my collection. I always say that since I've had to do this as a business, because I do it full time now, my collection stopped, and it's just a case of a few things here and there. But it's still there's a lot of enablers, definitely.
So as the toy scavenger and being a full-time biz now, obviously the NEC's coming up. What are you hunting or stalling at this year?
Stalling. So NEC and Sandown, because Sandown's the local one. Say local, it's close to me. They're like, say, not big paydays, but they're good paydays and about networking and meeting people and having fun.
They're the staple calendar ones where you don't miss.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I've missed one Sandown since doing this full time, and I went shopping and I regretted it. I liked the stuff I bought, but I wish I was stalling still. It's difficult when you
go out as the toy scavenger buying stuff to sell.
Yeah.
Do you go looking for stuff that you like, or do you go looking for stuff that you think other people will?
I've always stuck to things I like, but in the back of your head now, you have to, especially when you're trying to feed your family, you have to kind of think of things that other people are going to like and that will just make you money at the end of the day. But it is like I don't know if you know Kevin from the London Toy Shop, for example. Yeah. It's 5 minutes down the road from me. That's like my local area. I go there pretty much all the time, and I'll pick something up and he'll say, "Oh, what do you want to buy these?" And I'm like, "No, why not?" But I can make money on them, like a load of toy cars, for example. But I don't enjoy them, so yeah, I could probably make some money, but it's not my thing. Like the other day, I was there and he was like, "I'll take this," and I was like, "I can't put it on my store. It's not my kind of thing. I'm known for action figures, and I used to be known for carded and like the prestige kind of stuff. But since that's gone skyrocketing money wise, there's no profit in it. So collecting wise, yeah, but selling, it's not. Nah, it's all
do you ever think you'll ever be able to fully detach yourself away from your own desires and your own likes to being 100% customer focused? You think that's possible?
No, you're always going to have that. Always have that in the back of your mind that you're like, this is my collection. Or will I sell it at some point? What's the value on it? I think people always say, "Well, I'm never selling my collection. It's going to go to the grave," or blah blah blah. It's going to go to my family and so on, which is great because that's where if they're going to get some money out of it. But most of them are just going to sell it after you've gone.
That's even if it's worth anything by the time you go.
Even if it's exactly. A lot of people kind of always ask like, when's the best time to get out of collecting? you know, to kind of sell stuff on. And
no one
really,
can
like,
answer that question.
no, you can't. With, like, I've always had a conversation with Tom Pizarro, for example. You know, I've always said, we've both said when we stop enjoying it, when you don't enjoy it, that's when it's time to go. I still enjoy it. There's days when you kind of sit there and think, oh, why am I doing this? You know, I just want to concentrate on my own stuff. But you still enjoy it. You know,
yeah.
Mix it up a little bit. Like, change what you're collecting. Like, at the moment, God, man, I don't even know. My desk's a massive mess at the moment because of my NEC prep. But like, I went into storage the other day and I pulled out some Bucky O'Hare figures, which I got down here. I got them graded. I realised I've got like 3 Bucky O'Hares graded. And I'm like, why have I got 3?
Why have you got that many?
Why? And then because I forget, not because I've got so much. I have so much kind of going on in life as well. You just forget. And I was staring at them. I'm thinking, why have I got 3 of them? And I realised one of them's got the orange gun, one's got a silver gun, and one's got a double gun. And I'm like, well, now I don't know which ones to keep. That's the 3 different variants.
So that being said, when we're talking about stock and selling stuff, how did you think your debut on Queen of Steels went, and how do you think that's gone as a platform for you?
It's good. Oh, it's good. I'm going to do it again. I said to my wife, I need help doing it, because you can't keep track of, you know, sometimes you can't keep track of what you're doing, especially if you kind of put everything on the table and you show what you got, and you have to prepare as well. But unfortunately for me, I had a massive pickup that day, and I couldn't prepare in time because I couldn't not pick up this pickup. I don't know if you saw it. It was the one with the Eternia in it and different things. I couldn't couldn't turn it down. And yeah, so I couldn't get to prepare properly. But next time, I think what I'd just probably do is like hold something up and say, this is the price for this. If anyone wants it at this point, let me know. Put it down. This is the price for this one. Like a little auction thing in a way. But it works well. It's good. There's a lot of people watching. I've done that before actually on my Facebook page during lockdown. I did it. That was all right. That's quite good. But again, it's hard to keep track. Hard.
Yeah, I find a handy helper. Because I've been live selling for about 3 years now. So my daughter was 12 when I started live selling, and I'm not a trader or seller or anything. I just buy quite a lot of stuff and then get bored with it quite quickly and sell most of it on. But yeah, it was great. It was, you know, in the first few times certainly to have her in the background, even at 12, just taking the comments and reading stuff out and just playing along with the crowd, so to speak, as well, was just made it go much simpler, faster, smoother.
Yeah,
they're invaluable at times with your kids, mate. So
100%.
Yeah,
I know. Mine's 8 and 3 at the moment. The 8-year-old, he loves it. He's in a few of my videos. I keep putting him in. He wants to go full into the videos. I'm like, I don't know if you are ready for that, because I don't want you turning into a YouTube kid. You know, I had you a couple of times.
It bloody sells stuff though.
Yeah.
So are you worried or not about whether or which one of them might turn around and take Dad's business over?
Not worried. Not worried. I mean, I have all these dreams and like aspirations of what I want it to be, which I can't do at the moment because the plan was survive until the little one goes to school, and then I get like a full day of work. Because at the moment it's I look after her. She goes to nursery. She's only just started nursery last week, but she got chickenpox, so she couldn't start. So tomorrow she's going. So that's my first half day of work, like full half day of work for like 3 years, which is not. It's going to be nice. It's actually, especially prepping ready for NEC. I love it. But because I kind of would say I'm a bit of a workaholic. I want to work all the time. And doing this business as well, you have to be there like 24/7 as well, because your messages come through all the time, like asking questions. So it's difficult.
So, what was the life you left behind, and do you miss it?
I miss the office kind of like chatting to people and so on. But I was doing I've been known as the toy scavenger for like 12 years, I'd say. It's about 12 years, and like they knew me as the toy scavenger. It was in an office. It was in a metal company, and it just kind of got too much. Really, I was in stock control, and before that, I was a jeweler worked jewellery and watches, and I was training to be like Rolex accredited, like fixing watches and so on.
Nice.
And I got that to certain levels. So if anyone needs a watch battery or a new hand, but I could do that as well.
Especially if you've got a Rolex anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So I've always said, like, if I had eventually when, I suppose it's a matter of when I have a store or some sort of shop, I'll do watches on the side as well, because I've got that little skill.
So is that part of the dream? Is it a retail avenue?
A retail one, yeah. Like the opportunities come up quite a few times, so I say several times, but the timing's just not right. And the money wise, I had a shop. I was thinking of a shop just before COVID hit as well, and I was planning ready for that. That was the plan of then I'm going to quit my job, going to do this full time, and that fell through. I've had so many opportunities that I've missed or fell through. I'll let you all know. Some people know already. I had a TV studio come around to mine just before COVID, and we did a pitch for a TV show called The Toy Scavenger, basically like the Toy Hunter.
It's Homes Under the Hammer,
like the American Toy Hunter, yeah,
or
yeah,
or something, in it, but toys.
Yeah. So they came around, done a filming, done like a teaser. I forgot what it's called. I forgot what the word thing was called. Anyway, that goes out to the commissioners, and it got really far. And until it got to the end commissioners, and they said, "Oh, we're not looking for something in that range at the moment." I was like, "Great." And then COVID hit. That was the problem. So there was no way of filming it anyway. And then it just kind of went off from there, and it never really picked up again, unfortunately. So I could have been, I could have had a TV show.
Yeah, it's crazy because of how much nostalgia has blown up in the last 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
This whole room of mine is just based around nostalgia.
Yeah,
but I found why I started collecting and getting into this was because of COVID, and it was because I discovered videos on YouTube from yourself and from the Toys Division and from Edge Retro Geek Out, and I was watching it. I love what these guys are doing. I've tried to do YouTube videos. I'm not comfortable in front of the camera.
It's hard work.
And
it's hard work. It's hard work
to edit videos and stuff. Yeah. But you guys do such a great job of it. So I went down the Instagram because I like doing photographs. I like taking cool photographs, cool lighting, setting up little scenarios. But
I remember when you started.
Yeah, what you guys have done over the years, like massive inspiration to everyone. But it's just nuts how much nostalgia's blown up and how many shows are out there now. Like you say, I mean, I was watching Toy Hunter and COVID. I thought it was incredible. To have a British version of that would have been amazing.
Without COVID, Paul, both Pauls, do either of you think, say, for example, the reissues we've seen on the shelves recently would have happened without COVID and without this sort of little boom of us lot?
I think there's a lot more collectors. I mean, I started collecting X-Men in COVID because I was bored. Again, nothing to do. So I was like, what do I collect now? I started doing X-Men. I was trying to find something that was cheap as well because everything was getting expensive. Like Hasbro's went crazy. But I don't know. I think it definitely helped because I started selling quite a lot during COVID, and it definitely helped me push on to be like a full-timer. So it must have helped like the collecting community as well, like to get all these reissues come back. It had to. It had a massive knock-on effects, but
yeah, it's in every fandom though. That so obviously you've got the turtle pages out there and all of the vintage collectors, and then people are still buying the reissues because they want the reissue card and they want the vintage card, and people are doing that. You get the obsessives. It's the same with props, to be honest. Obviously, I've always built movie props, and you can never buy a Proton pack, but a few years ago, Hasbro released a Proton pack, and it's incredible for the price to build my Proton pack. My Proton pack's probably about, I keep looking up because it's there, it's probably about, if I was to sell it, it would be about £2,000. And the HasLab one was 400 quid, and it's brilliant. It's obviously it's not movie quality, but it just hits the fandoms that it needs to hit. And I think that's what the issues do. Not everyone wants to be vintage toys and things. They just want one or two pieces that they can look at on a shelf and go, oh, that's my childhood. And I think that's
exactly. I mean, they're reissuing I mean, the other day they announced they're going to do something with masks. We're not reissuing it. It's kind of coming back for like a toy line.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but like what it's going to be, we don't know yet. So I'm quite nervous about it. But then I have a rule. I was saying to Rye's toys and stuff. Like, Rye, I was saying to him at the last toy show, I have a rule where I don't buy anything that's not vintage because of my craziness and that collector kind of brain, like most of us, we just don't stop. We keep on going. You finish something, you're like, what's next? Because I did mask and then I was like, well, what's next? Well, what's next? And vintage, there is actually a limit. You set that certain time limit. I'm not going to get everything ever, but at least I know there is a limit. Whereas with the modern stuff, it just keeps on coming and coming and coming and coming. So with the mask coming out, am I going to break my rule of not collecting modern stuff? Even though I do buy a bit of modern stuff, but I don't collect it. I just have it for a bit of fun. But I'm not going to break my rule.
For me, modern comes more into play certainly when I look at my collection, it comes more into play when Paul's talking there about the 80s and the 90s and that nostalgia thing. So people that I remember or things that I remember that didn't have a toy back then, sort of thing,
Things like when things come out from my favorite films, like They Live, like the NECAs and stuff like that. Like I love that kind of stuff.
I bought him because he was in. That's a WWE figure. That's an actual elite figure.
I've got the same one. It's a great figure though.
Yeah, I was pretty good. I think I paid a $5 in Smiths. It was great. Yeah. Had to.
And when I see things like that, I'm like, that's what draws my attention. But again, I couldn't go down the route of just collecting NECAs. I mean, they're incredible, but I couldn't do it. It's just not me. So I've got the odd one, from Back to the Future and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It tends to be from like my key films. But yeah, it's stuff like you said, Simon, that we just didn't have. We didn't have They Live figures when we were kids.
No, not at all.
I wouldn't have had a Run DMC set of figures or Beastie Boys from the 80s, right?
Yeah.
So it's just
that's the nostalgia thing, isn't it? That's
the nostalgia.
So much.
Just gets you. Yeah. It gets you, hooks you, and then you're in deep, and then there's a rabbit hole, and you don't stop, basically.
Yeah, well, I think every orifice and every limb of mine is in some sort of rabbit hole, whether it's because I collect vinyl, I've got myself a Ghetto Blaster recently. Now I'm hunting tapes.
Same here.
Anyway, let's finish it as ever.
Yeah. Hold on. One last thing. I picked up a Steve Irwin figure. I mean, why?
I need a Steve Irwin figure. That is cool.
Well, he's going to be for sale, but I mean, I've decided I'm not keeping him. But he's got batteries in him. He's got a little interactive game inside him. That's crazy. Yeah. Why do you need stuff like that? Why? But we just buy it,
Yeah, he's a ledge. At the end of the day, he's a legend, isn't he?
Yeah.
No matter how annoying some people thought he was a legend. Right. So I don't know if you've seen much of the Sunday show, mate. It's been fantastic speaking to you and finding out more about one of our newest, toys team hierarchy, so to speak.
Moderator, that's what I'm at.
You're a moderator. You help look after feed and water the group.
Yeah, I help people.
Just be in your presence, really. But there's some great content coming out of it, so it's all good.
Brilliant.
We always finish off with a little bit of a game, so it's going to test your general knowledge, mate. Paul's already
terrible.
Yeah, everyone says it, mate, but honestly, you're doing yourself an injustice. Shannon says
it's been put on the spot. That's the issue. It's been put on the spot.
Yeah.
But it's all for a bit of fun. So we're playing a game of blockbusters. If you remember how blockbusters played, it was a hexagonal game board with all sorts of letters on there. Each letter is an answer to a question I'll ask you. You've got to go, Paul, as in Toy Scav, from left to right or right to left and get up to 5 right.
Yep.
Clarky boy's got to go up and down or up. And he's got to get up to 4 right. All right. Don't worry, I'll show it closer. Don't worry about the hand going like this at the minute.
No glasses on as well.
Toy Scav gets first pick. So all you've got to do, mate, is pick a letter to start from.
Jeez. So sideways. So let's go S. Is that S?
So an S is this one up here.
Yeah.
Right. And you're going to start going left to right. So it's all based on toys, movies, 80s, 90s, and beyond and onwards, toy manufacturers. It's all related to what we love and know, right? So Barbie The first one is movie related. Barbie topped the box office in 2023. It was only last year, so cast your mind back. But what was second on the box office list last year? And it was animated. That's the clue I'll give you.
It begins with an S.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, not a clue.
One of
Smurfs.
the biggest, most well-known Japanese franchises.
Oh, Super Mario.
There
Super Mario.
you
Was
go.
it?
Super Mario. It was the
I
Super
even went to
Mario.
go. I even went to go see it.
It was good bit of fun, I thought.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
you started off with, where's your S? Your S is there, and you're going across the board. So your next logical one would be a B or a G.
Yeah.
You
Do you want me to go again? Yeah.
Yeah.
G. Let's go G.
G. G. Nicknamed the Bizarre One, which WWE star debuted in 1995?
Goldust.
Was Goldust.
In there quick. Yeah.
If anyone was going to get a question they would have known, it would be you, mate. There you go. So you got a Y or an A next, really, if you want.
A. Let's go A.
A it is. The blue-green planet and home of Princess Leia. Starts with an A. In Star Wars, I believe
it's not Endor, is it?
It got blown
up. Blown up.
And a million Bothans.
Andor? It's not Andor, is it?
Obi-Wan Kenobi's brain at the time. Andor was a character.
Yeah, no. I can't remember. Cannot remember.
Paul,
I'm not actually a big Star Wars fan.
Any idea, Paul Clark?
Alderaan.
It was Alderaan.
Yeah.
Good lad.
It's Endor.
Your quest for stardom continues, mate. Y or N, I would presume those two are. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go for N.
And then to Nick, as he nicked the space. This N hosted Art Attack.
Neil Buchanan.
Neil Buchanan is. See, I told you, you're doing all right, you two. Two each right. But if Paul's got to get this one right to stop Paul.
Y.
Space. So Y, yeah. A green egg loving character with a long tongue.
Yoshi.
Yoshi is. And then an O for the win, mate. And Blockbuster's stardom is yours for this week. Who was this last of his kind sorcerer that begins with an O?
Orko.
It was Orko.
Good game. That's probably the best one I've ever been on.
Well done, mate.
All straight in one go. Well done.
There you go. Well done. There's Blockbusters for tonight. Well done, mate. Do you want me to send some stickers in the post, seeing as you won this week, or shall I send them to both of you? Or do you want any?
I'll see you at NEC next week.
Yeah, I'll see you. Are you going to NEC?
Don't worry about it. Just give us a hug.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. I've got tote bags to
come and get a photo. Come and get a photo.
I will come and get a photo without a doubt on another chat, mate. Always will. Saw you at Sandown in April and had a chat. So been an absolute pleasure chatting to you, mate. Thanks for giving up an hour or so of your Sunday. It's been great chatting. Thank you.
Awesome.
Cool. Cheers, man.
Long may the Toy Scavenger live. Hope the website and Instagram and the TikTok and the other plates you've got to juggle on the old social.
I know YouTube. I'm doing one video. I'm doing 8 videos at the same time on YouTube, and I've taken on too much. So this one.
How you edit them, to be honest.
I'll post this one when this one's done. I'll post it up. Obviously, it's quite a good one. It's a good place for everyone to go. Like it's like a toy museum basically, and it's like a hidden gem.
Have you done the pickup one yet? The big pickup video yet?
No, right. So I filmed it, and my mic didn't do any sound. So I've got like a 2-hour video. And it's now got the voice. Yeah, and I'm trying to work it into my kind of the way I do it because I cut and edit and do those different things, and it's not working. So I'm gonna redo it. But I've sold half the stuff now, so I can't redo that. So, but yeah,
maybe I will. Have a word with our man Bevan. Do you know what Bevan does for a living? He's a producer of TV commercials.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Maybe you should have a little word in his ear about, or maybe getting him to give you some help.
I won't say any names, but there's a few TV people in the group and in other groups as well that I mean, the toy community has got so many connections. We could take over the world.
There's a fairly big name in the vintage Star Wars world that's part of Echo Base, who's a TV personality, who's nice. Open on the group as a collector and buying stuff, and so.
Well, I mean, Matt Cardona used to be massive when he was Zack Ryder. But no one knew he was Matt Cardona. He was massive in the Hasbro community. He still is, but active. No one knew who he was really until he got fired, and now he uses his real name. But I mean,
there's a few watching. I'm sure Jonathan Ross watches us from somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I go to bed every Sunday night going, I wonder if Jonathan Ross saw us.
Yeah. You can sit there naming loads of people. But anyway, guys, take care. Have a good Sunday, and I'll see you next week.
Coming, mate. See you on Sunday.
Thanks, guys. See you.
Clarky, you're a legend, mate. Thanks for stepping in for Shannon.
No worries, mate. Anytime. I'll catch you.
Appreciate you coming on and having a chat and whatever, mate.
Absolutely, anytime, mate. And I'll catch you bright and early next Sunday.
You will. Not about 9:30. I'll see you there. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Hope your journeys go well next Sunday. Hope you have good weeks. And come and have a hug and grab yourself a tote bag, and we'll see you at the NEC. Cheers, lad.
Later, lads.
See ya.